Hi everyone, Paul here, Jurassic Rambler. Hope everyone is well. And again, please like and subscribe to the channel. Your support is always appreciated. Today I'm going to do a first look at a new tent that I've just got. It's a very popular tent, and certainly probably the tent of 2024, which has had a lot of discussion about on social media. My sort of video is going to be slightly different actually, and you'll have to wait until the end because there's going to be something which is I'm not including in my video that I think I've seen in every other video, so it's a little bit different, but got to wait to the end to see what that is. Anyway, without further ado, I think you'll probably know from the title and from this that we're going to look at the new NORTENT Vern 1 for 2024. So this is a tent that I ordered in February. It came last week, so it was a couple of months I had to wait for it. It's paid for out my own money. I bought it from Valley and Peak, and a big shout out to those guys because they were great customer support as usual from those guys. And the reason I bought this tent was a couple of reasons. One is I have a couple of tents, probably what I would call and what we would all call at the sort of lower budget end, which is, you know, it's a Nature Hike, Cloud Peak 2 and a Lanshan 2. And whilst those tents have adequately, been great for me during the year, they have been pushed to their limits a few times, particularly during the winter. So I was always on the lookout to sort of upgrade my tent to something which was a bit more what I would call a proper full season. Okay, I was governed by price point as well. Okay, so I had a budget. I saved up my pennies over a couple of months, and I went for the NORTENT 1. Now, the other reason I bought this tent or went for this tent looking at the reviews was that it seemed to hit quite a niche spot for me, which was it was somewhere between a one-man tent and a two-man tent. Now, for me, one-man tents are just too small, and two-man tents obviously more space, but obviously more weight. Now, that's not to say that this isn't on the heavy side. I'll put all the specs on this tent if not. So you can see for yourself, but I just wanted something that I think was going to certainly be a bit more confident if I was camping out in severe winds or on mountain tops, etc. So this is the NORTENT 1. So as I say, this is a first impressions video. I'm no expert on tents. There's plenty of so-called experts out there on YouTube. This is just me, honest, normal bloke, just doing a simple review and what he finds with it. I've not used it yet. I've not taken it out the bag, so why don't we get going and see what you get for your money. So I thought it was just good to actually compare the NORTENT Vern 1 with a couple of my other tents. So as you can see on the left, I have in the middle is the Nature Hike Cloud Peak 2, and then I have my Lanshan 2 on the right hand side. So as you can see, it's certainly bigger than the other two tents, considerably bigger than obviously the Lanshan, and it's obviously a little bit wider as well. So again, you can sort of see it from there. So again, just giving you guys a view of this tent. Is, I wouldn't say it's a compact tent, but you can sort of see the size of it from there. Okay, so I've just taken everything out the bag, and I just thought I'd show you what you get with the Vern 1 in terms of the contents. So first of all, we have the bag, so that has the actual the label on. It's actually, the bag itself is silly nylon, I believe, 70 denier, and to be honest, you can feel the quality in it straight away. So there's the bag that it comes in, certainly oversized, obviously nice toggle on the end, plenty of room in there, so no trouble it seems getting the tent in and out. You also get obviously the usual repair kit, so there's some silicone sealant in there, some spare guys, and also by the looks of it there's a applicator, brush applicator for the sealant. There's also some instructions in there as well, which tells you how to put the tent up. In terms of the pegs, I've seen it comes advertised with 18, but I've received 20 of these pegs. These are aluminium. They weigh about 16 grams each, and they're the traditional sort of Y peg that you see. Again, some as you can see, they have obviously the loops on as well. Looks 3.5 mil Dyneema attachment on it. So the poles themselves, you get 3 poles which are color coded, 2 black, which go from obviously go from top to bottom on the tent, and then there's the blue one which goes across. These all have sleeves in the tent that they go to, so there's no mistaking about which pole should go into which sleeve. And then to the actual tent itself. So the tent comes with a Velcro strap on for attaching. As I say, the bag is oversized, so no problem getting the tent in. The tent is actually made from sil nylon, which is 30 denier, and has a hydrostatic head of 3,000 millimeters, I believe, and it weighs in at about 1600 or 1650 grams. So, as I say, not the lightest tent, but this is a genuine 4-season. The actual bathtub on the tent, I believe, as well, is 70 denier nylon, and that has a hydrostatic head of 10,000 millimeters as well. It has 10 guy attachments, which are Dyneema. So again, plenty of attachments this to peg this out and in the most severest of conditions. Okay, why don't we get the tent up and see what it looks like pitched. Okay, so I'm just literally pull the tent out. It's a little bit blowy today, so what I'm going to do is actually peg the 2 ends and across the sides there, and then we'll start putting the poles through the sleeves. So you can see from the, as I said at the start, it's color coded there. So we have blue that will go across. Let's just put these poles together. So they will go in that sleeve there. And then just onto the other side, again in there, and the first pole is up. Okay, so I've got the other 2 poles, and I'm going to stick them into these are the black ones. So they go from here into this. Okay, so that's the poles in. And now what I'm going to do is just clip it. It has these clips on, I'm going to clip that up, and that will give the tent the stability. So this is the NORTENT Vern 1 pitched. I won't bother with the guy lines, but as you can see, it's got guy points everywhere. There's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 8, 9, 10. So there's 10 guy points on this guy. So this literally, if weather the weather did turn, you can really secure this tent. First impressions are, wow, it's quality. It feels quality. I mean, I've got quite a gusty today. It's not, it's not too windy, but it's gusty, and it's not battering. So just on the tent as well, just some of the features of it. Obviously, it's got reinforced seams here where the seams are. So that's with reinforced material. The connections, these clips, which obviously, I think the more you've got of clips, the sturdier it's going to be, or the stronger it's going to be. And they just it has, wherever the guide points are, these are on a strap. It's obviously, you wrap around the pole, and I'm not going to pull the guys out, but you can just sort of see how much that will how much tension that puts on the tent then, and it's all on the pole rather than actually on the material. So lots of really nice features. As I said, you've got, this is like I guess like a vent brace, where I'm assuming that will clip through the guy and just give that brace up, and just open it up for ventilation. I do like the fact that where these are, that where the poles go in, it's like reinforced there. Again, I don't think you'd fit 2 poles in there, or if you did, sorry, I don't think you'd fit 2 poles in there, or if you did, it might be a bit of a struggle. But I think you could just put them on the outer, and it would just go straight into there if you did desire. So let's open this up now and see what's inside. This is the bit I'm excited about. So I've got a nice rain cover on there, so it's a rain flap. Okay, so you've got these straps here that you can tighten up at both ends. I'll show you this side here. So this obviously provides the tension to the vestibule. You can see that's quite taut now. Yeah, so on here as well, that's where the inner ground sheet will go. And I've definitely seen a red, similar red identification on the actual ground sheet, so that must just go in there. So yeah, I think what I'm going to do after this is put the ground sheet down and actually connect it up and leave it attached. I think it's, so I've just tightened everything up now on the other sides, so it's a lot more taut now, and the bathtub is looking a bit better. To say, there's a strap that goes over the underneath, and you can tension it both sides as well. So it's good. So inside you've got obviously some ventilation there, which is always good. There's a pocket for hanging stuff there. You've actually almost, oh, you've got a little line there, a cord for hanging any of your dirty smalls or your wet socks up. Ventilation the other side as well, which is great. And also has a pocket there, which I guess I must just stuff that in there for now. I'm sure you can tie the door back, but let's just leave it there for now. Right, so I'm 5'11", 11 and a half. 6 foot of him trying to impress the girls. And my head is literally sitting upright, is just brushing that, so that would be no problem if I was having a cup of tea. Obviously, I'm not on a sleep pad, so I'll probably go, might touch a little bit more with the sleep pad. But my first impression is for a 1, or advertised as a 1, although it's probably more 1.5. This, I said at the start, is the sweet spot for me, and this is the amount of room that I think I need. I've got a really nice vestibule, plenty of space there to put gear, to cook. So laying down, guys, this, as I say, I'm 5'11". I've got tons of room. This is a dream. Okay, a little bit of, not much of a gap between the two. In terms of internal space, this is spot on, and I'm so happy because this is what I was more after, really, was not just a robust tent, but something which was bigger than a 1, but slightly smaller than a 2. This is fantastic, absolutely. Doors, if I just shut the doors up, you can see nice toggles on the doors. Oh, those zips are nice. You can, obviously, you can just have the mesh door just for more ventilation. Again, you can just stuff that into the sides pocket there, so you've got that mesh ventilation as well. Really impressive, really impressive. The other thing the Vern 2 has as well is the ability to open this up as well. So by doing that and folding, you take this off the peg, you can actually so now you have the ability, the weather's really nice, it just gives you that beautiful openness now, more ventilation, and this is cracking design. Obviously, if the wind changes, you could shut down one side. If the wind was coming that way, if the wind turns, you could shut down that side. If the wind turns come that direction, you could shut this thing. So again, gives you plenty of options around how you are in your tent, depending on the weather. It just says quality to me. I say this is a tent. I've never spent money like this on a tent before, and I'm a little bit blown away by it, and I can't wait to use it. Quality materials. This is silicon 30D, I believe it is. I'll put all the specs on. You can go onto the website to see all that. This is just as I say, just a simple first impressions of putting it up for the first time. I haven't looked at the instructions. Easy to put up. As with any tent, you'll probably need to take a little bit of time to get used to it and understand it, etc. But as I say, looks a belter from first impressions. Actually just realised that I had the poles the wrong way. I'd actually had the outer over the 2 side poles, so I just checked actually. I wasn't sure when I put it up. I just double checked though, so yeah, there you go, read the instructions. Anyway, it was pretty simple to detach and reattach it, but yeah, so the outside poles really are the ones that should go over the center brace there that you have. So anyway, that's what you do, that's why you try it. What I've done done as well, guys. I've just attached the ground sheet as well. As you can see, it's fairly simple to do. Actually, as I say, just got these connection points there. Put that one in for that corner, the far corner over there in the middle, and then just pull the sheet through and attach it onto the other side. Get it, and then you can just adjust the tension to get it nice and taut. But that was fairly simple to do, and I might just leave it attached. Actually, I don't know if that would make any difference. Yeah. Anyway, just thought I'd show you that. So, as I say, this is pretty much a short video, putting the tent up. First impressions, as I say. I never want to do reviews. I think you need to test things multiple times in multiple conditions to do a full, proper and honest review. But as I say, from a first impression, this is pretty good. Super impressed. As I said at the start, the one thing this video doesn't have, which I think every other video has, is a reference to something, which probably you will know what that reference is. And I'm not going to mention it, although I had mentioned it indirectly. But that's purely because this was not about a comparison. I'm no tent expert. I had a budget. I had a certain criteria and requirement that I wanted the tent to adhere to. I went for this one based on reviews. I didn't take into account, or didn't take in any notice, shall we say, of all the ridiculous comments going around. Come on, guys, get a life. But I hope you found it useful. If you've got any questions about this tent, then please put in the comments or message me, and I'll try and do my best. I think the next thing for me now is to try and get this tent out, and the not too distant future, maybe a little trip to Penny Fan or something, and maybe do a couple of summer camps, see how it goes and how it performs, and yeah, we'll update as we go along. Thanks for watching again, everyone. Do appreciate it. Please like and subscribe. The channel is growing slowly, but it's nice to see that people engage. And as I say, I set this up for two reasons. One, to give my kids a memory, and their kids perhaps, of what their old man used to do, and also just to help anyone who's a bit like me, no expert, but just common sense and some practical first impressions about what kit works for them and what doesn't. Yeah. Okay, guys, we'll see you on the next video. Take care.